Just one. Can you check? There is no fruits of the Spirit. It's the fruit of the Spirit. It's a singular. But that one contains 9. It's like an orange, and you after you peel the orange, then comes one, and we're just giving you one piece of the fruit, not whole fruit. So when we are talking about love, we are not talking about a whole fruit. It's a piece of a fruit. Okay, it's not. So you, because sometimes it's possible, especially for young people, just learn about love and go. Okay. Sandra told me, I think 3 weeks ago about this, and I was very concerned because, one of the most difficult topic in the Bible is love, and especially to speak with the young people like you guys. By the way, how many of you are in love?
Everyone.
Okay. Only those who raise their hands, they are not in love. Love is a very dangerous topic. Do you know that? There is a war going on between Russia and Ukraine. Many people are getting hurt. Many people are suffering. Those who are in love, they suffer more than people who are fighting in that war. You know that? To be in love is very difficult. But not that kind of love. But that's not love I'm going to talk today. I'm going to talk very different love, the fruit of the Spirit. I try to find a definition of love. I'm very happy to tell you there is none. There is none that satisfies everyone about love. There's so many people have said so many things about love, no one agrees. So it helped me, I don't need to try because it will not be the definition of love. And as there is no agreement on the definition of love, and there's so many confusion about love. I think some of you are confused now. What is love? Everybody is confused. That's why some said 7, some said 9. But I need to give something. I need to say something. What is love? Otherwise, you will not. Why then are you standing here? So the definition I made is love is a will to give oneself for others' well-being. That's my definition of love. When I was preparing for this message, initially I thought I can't say anything, but now I think I need many sessions just to talk about love. So today will be just introductory, then maybe after next year. So I'll be talking about love. The reason I said many people are confused is, people regard love as, even some people are so timid, their timidity is regarded as love. For example, one person I read, I said, my mother loved me so much, she would not let me take the school bus until my senior years in high school. She was afraid that I would get hurt. She really loves me. So there is a mother who loves her son or daughter, I don't know. But it's a daughter maybe. If son, maybe she will not do that much. So the timidity of mother is defined as a love. Even my wife, Kalmana, she also did not let me drive in highways for many times. She said, no, don't go to highway. When I was in New Jersey, there is also Route 1. Route 1 is a local one, but that's like highway. Now I learned it's not the highway. That was just a state highway, Route 1. She said, don't go to Route 1, you can. So I always had to avoid that. So that was kind of love. But when we're trying to learn about love, I found a few of the things that is true about love is we are incapable of loving another unless we love ourselves. Means, in the Bible, what you can find is love your neighbor as you love yourself. God does not simply say love others and stop there. He says, love others as you love yourself. So the point of love is, if you don't love yourself, you cannot actually love others. So it's just like, for example, if you are not self-disciplined, you cannot teach your children about self-discipline. They'll say, okay, you do first yourself, then we'll learn. It's like we cannot be source of strength unless we are strong ourselves. I'm very strong. Okay, I'll be a source of strength for you in the same way. Another thing about love is, it takes an effort. It takes an effort to give oneself for the well-being of others. I'm talking about the definition I made about love is, it is a will to give oneself for others' well-being. So you need an effort. If you have not made any effort, you have not loved you. Love is not effortless. You have to find the difference between desire and action. Many people have a desire to, I want to love my parents, I want to love my children, I want to love my brothers, I want to love my sister. It's not love, that's just your desire, and your desire to love is not love. So you have to be clear about that. Just because you feel like I want to love someone, no, that's not love, okay? But because everyone have a desire to love, I wish I can love, but that's not. So when you make an effort, that is love. And love is a choice. You make a choice. We do not have to love. You don't have to love. You don't have to love your parents. You don't have to love your brothers. You don't have to love your pastors. You don't have to love your deacons. You don't have to. Maybe you don't. If we are in fact not loving, if you are not loving, for example, if you are not loving your parents, you have made a choice not to love them. It's not that it's not how you made a choice, it's your choice. If you do not love your brother, it's your choice not to love, because loving means making an effort. So you made a choice that now I'm not going to love them. That's why I don't. I don't care what they say. I don't care what they do. I don't care what they do. I don't care. When you say I don't care, just how do you in the United States, they just move this soldier like that. That's the message of I don't care. So that means you made a decision not to love. It's your decision. We do not love despite our good intention. It doesn't mean you don't have a good intention. You just chose not to love. So you don't make an effort to love, because it's your decision. So when you do not love means you are actually choosing not to love. Now, as I'm talking about it, I think something is, you guys are thinking something like, I'm not trying to learn this kind of love. I'm trying to learn something else. I want to learn about falling in love. Because some of you are already failing in love, maybe. Those who did not raise your hands, Did you guys actually fail in love? What do you think about falling in love? Why is the word falling? Isn't that nice? No one should fall. You should rise in love. And what I want to say is, falling in love is not love. Falling in love is not love. Why? You ask why. Okay. 2 reasons. 2 reasons falling in love is not love is because number 1, it is linked with sex or erotic experience. When you fall in love, no matter how you define, no matter what kind of feelings you have, no matter what kind of movies you watch and say, oh, this is love, it's not. Because you don't fall in love with your parents. Have you ever fell in love with your parents? No. Have you ever fell in love with your brothers? No. Have you ever fell in love with your friends? No. You only fall in love with a girl or a guy with an opposite sex. You see? That's why it's not love. Because if falling in love is love, you can fall in love with your brother. Oh, I fell in love with my brother. Oh, I fell in love with my uncle, I love him, grandmother, grandfather. You never fall in love with your dear ones. Because you always rise in love when you love them. Only when there is eroticism and sex is involved, you always fall. That's why it's fall. And second reason, and the second reason falling in love is not love is because it's temporary. It's not going to last. Your relationship will continue, but the ecstatic experience that you have, suddenly you try, you are the kind of experience of high, it will fade. So the bloom of romance will always fade. If you are just thinking about, if you're just always thinking about the love is like this, I fell in love and this is the most high point of my life. That's why one of the reasons why those people who fall in love are the most miserable people in the earth. They are the most wounded. All the tragedy songs. Listen, all the tragedy songs you can hear in the radio, television, and YouTube, and whatever, Facebook, are caused by those miserable peoples. Because they are running after something that is not love. They fail in love and they cannot rise. And they live life as if life is not that meaning. Many are so broken-hearted. Many lost their sense of purpose in their life because they regard what it is when falling in love is infatuation. Infatuation is, you suddenly have that kind of intense feeling. You feel like I cannot live without him or without her. That is going to go away, no matter even if the prince of the world or the princess of the world comes near you, it's going to be over soon. The more beautiful, the fastest it's going to fade. So, there are many other things, but I don't want to take all of your time. So it's just an introduction. What is not love and what is love? Love is an effort, and love is a choice. That's why Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. It's a commandment. You need to make an effort. It's a choice. It's not feelings. Many times you think love is a feelings. If you think love is a feelings, then if your relationship is built on your feeling, today you say, I have a feeling for you. Within a few months, I'm sorry, I have no feelings for you. I suddenly got feelings for another person. Your feelings will change like a wind. So your feeling is not love. Love is your decision. Love is your choice. Love is the effort you should make. And God says, love your neighbor. Number one, love God the most. If you don't love God the most, and if you do not love yourself, you can love your neighbors. But if you love God, and if you love yourself, you can love the neighbor. And you'll find the world very beautiful. You'll find, everything beautiful. Love is very beautiful. But falling in love is not beautiful. Falling in love, of course, if you know it's not falling in love is not love, then you will. I'm not saying don't fall in love. It's okay to fall in love, but after you fall in love, learn how to rise in love, and that's very important because many young men and young girls, they fall and they never get up. They just keep falling, and they reach the bottom of their life, and they sing a song. So don't sing that kind of song, okay? Be joyful. Let's pray.